Hey, what's up? Today I want to talk a little bit about getting back to routine. So I'm the kind of guy that typically has a routine, whether it's written down in a timetable or not, that's a totally different thing. But most of my days are pretty recycled, and most of my weeks recycle every now and then as well. So I do have a routine, and I think that's a good thing to have. It just means you know what you're doing, and perhaps the things that are in your routine are hopefully serving you and your long-term goals or short-term goals, your goals. But recently I went on holiday and there was a bit of remote working as well. So all in all, it took about just under 4 weeks. And that I don't know if it completely derailed me from my routine, but it took me out of my routine. So for example, when I was traveling, I wasn't particularly interested, or I didn't really have the setup to be necessarily working out or going to the gym like I would have been in my routine. And as a result of that, I've lost a lot of muscle, or I just haven't been conditioning myself. And so now that I'm back home and I'm trying to build out my routine again, I've noticed that I've lost I can't lift the same weights, I can't run the same pace. And I mean, that's a conscious decision by me, because obviously if you are on holiday, you can still fit in exercise, you can make that a priority, but I just personally, it's not necessarily my taste in vacationing or taking a break, but you can certainly do that. And it's a way to continue parts of your routine, even when you're out of your routine. And it also would help get back into your routine when you come back, which would be great right now, because now I'm having to work extra hard to try and get back to where I was before I went on break. Now, the reason I bring this up is because in life, I think most people do have routines, whether it's a conscious thing or not. I think a lot of people recycle their days. I certainly do. But there's going to be parts in life or times in life where either something will knock you off your equilibrium, whether it's something unexpected, something unplanned, or something more intentional, like planning to go on a holiday. And I think it's great. Routine is great, but sometimes if the routine is not necessarily serving you in times, or something's taking longer than you thought it would, or you just need a break, then I think it's okay to veer off it. I think that's normal. I think we should have a little adventure. There's this thing about being content and wanting adventure, wanting to explore more. And so, like, in my mind, routine is closer to being content, and in some ways, and traveling or exploring is a little bit more on the adventurous side. So all of this really to say that it does take time to get back to routine if you go out of it. It's also a good chance to come up with a new routine with a fresh outlook if you've picked up something, learned something new. Obviously, we've got the Christmas and New Year's break coming up soon. And so I know anything that I try to establish now is probably going to get a little bit rocked over that period, but hopefully I can start to put some pieces in place, and then start of next year I can really get back into my routine. But again, traveling is quite I don't want to say common, because not everybody travels, not everybody's in a position to travel, not everyone wants to travel, but I do think getting out of your routine can be good. It opens you up to maybe new things, or things that you wouldn't have been able to do otherwise, because there's an opportunity cost in anything you do. If you're doing your routine, maybe you're not doing something else. And so, yeah. Anyways, thanks for watching. See you next time.